Hello again. Yes, there's been a bit of a chill in the air through today, but things are set to turn even colder as we go through into the weekend. That's because, well, the low pressure that was Storm Benjamin, it being out towards the east of us, is then allowing for cold Arctic air to plunge its way southwards. And so that means temperatures are going to drop, and also we still have those tightly packed isobars, so we still have those brisk winds, especially towards the east. And so with the cold air and those strong winds feeling pretty raw indeed, before then our weather system comes in from the west-northwest as we go through Sunday, and so yes, that will bring something milder but also cloudier and wetter. More on that in a second. For the time being, we still have some rain across the eastern parts of Scotland. That's pushing its way southwards across parts of England, particularly towards the east as we go overnight. Some thick cloud here as well, and some strong winds continuing too. Elsewhere, some drier, clearer weather at times, but also quite a few showers piling down on that brisk northerly wind, and particularly across parts of Scotland as we go overnight. Those showers are likely to turn quite wintry, some sleet, some snow over modest higher ground. We're talking 300 to 400 metres, that kind of thing. Elsewhere, I'm not really expecting anything wintry really, because the places where we get the higher ground, they're kind of sheltered to the wind direction, and so we're less likely to see the showers pushing through. That being said, Snowdonia perhaps may just see the odd wintry flurry over the highest peaks. Temperatures, well, they are going to drop. They're going to be a bit lower than some recent nights perhaps, but because of the brisk winds that we will still have, you know, we could still be seeing gales over eastern parts. They're not going to drop as low as you might expect with the cold air that's pushing its way southwards. That being said, sheltered glens of Scotland could just about drop a little bit below freezing, so some frost is quite possible. Through tomorrow then, a bit of a cloudy, wet start to the day across the eastern parts of England, but that rain will clear away, and so turning drier and brighter here. Actually, lots of places having a fairly decent day in terms of dry, sunny weather. There will be sunny breaks for most places. Still showers continuing though to pile down on that brisk northerly wind. So northern parts of Scotland continuing to see fairly frequent showers, and these will still be falling as sleet or snow over any modest higher ground across Northern Ireland, and then feeding down through into parts of Wales and southwest England. We're going to see a fair few showers. Some of them could be heavy. There could be a bit of hail mixed in with them as well. As I mentioned though, we do have that colder air across us, so temperatures a few degrees lower than they have been of late. Most places in the north are staying in single figures, further south just about scraping into double digits, but all the time we need to factor in that brisk northerly wind. It's going to make it feel even colder. Here are feels like temperatures. We're talking mid-single figures for most places, low single figures across some parts of Scotland, particularly down the eastern side. As I mentioned before, there's the potential for gales still around eastern coastal parts as we go through Saturday. Many places will stay largely dry as we go overnight Saturday into Sunday. Still some showers here and there, particularly towards the far north and the west, some of them feeding a bit further inland at times. But central eastern parts generally staying dry with clear skies and the winds easing for most places. I'm expecting tomorrow night, so Saturday night, to be a bit chillier for most than this coming night. With that in mind, more widely seeing temperatures dropping into the low single figures. Towns and cities, mid-single figures, but rural spots, low single figures, perhaps even a few places falling below freezing. So some frost quite likely first thing on Sunday morning. Definitely a chillier, albeit brighter, but chillier start, especially across central and eastern areas. That's because in the west, cloud already starting to build. There's some wet weather that's arriving from the northwest, and that's going to spill its way south and eastwards as we go through the day. So by lunchtime, pretty cloudy and wet across much of Northern Ireland and Scotland, and then that cloud and rain feeding its way in across much of England and Wales as well, though it may take a little while longer to reach the far southeast. Because of the cloud, the rain coming through, even though we do have milder air pushing in after a chilly start, it's going to be quite difficult for those temperatures to rise much. And so yes, they may be a touch higher compared to Saturday in a few places, but we're still looking at just very low double digits, and with the cloud, the rain that's pushing in, well, it's going to feel cold as that pushes in, and we get that unsettled weather. Then, as we look further ahead, that clears through, and we do get some quieter, drier weather for a time on Monday, but it doesn't last particularly long. We're likely to see another weather system arriving as we go through later Monday and overnight into Tuesday. So more cloudy at times, wet and perhaps blustery weather, particularly towards northern parts of the UK as we go towards the middle part of the week. Thereafter, well, it's looking quite mixed as we go through the week. That is half term for many places, but we should see temperatures temperatures rising, it does look markedly milder in time for Halloween. Bye-bye.